So we see that Le2G Army has all 5 skins on their champions, and only a solo Sheriff Caitlyn for negative space.
And we do see the banners coming into play here. Each team has this one banner, and everyone is on that banner.
Yeah, we have plat all around for Season 2 for the members of Le2G Army, and gold Season 2 players for negative space.
We did
no indication of where they're at now.
No, not at all
in their gameplay. But
I actually did. I did see them. They were when they were setting up the teams. Most players in this game right now are platinum, if not a couple of diamond too. So the gold banners and platinum banners by no means describe their skill level now. That was just end of Season 2 where they happened to end up. So it's going to be a great game. Every player knows exactly their mechanics, knows exactly what to do. And it's going to be a fantastic game, but a quick pause coming out first. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is, but hopefully it'll get sorted quickly. So we see the Elise jungle. Kha'Zix's most likely mid. Hopefully this game will start pretty quickly. Samuel has reconnected. And here we go, guys. The game's going to get started underway. As for first items, I'm thinking we'll probably see some standard items coming up. We see Renekton and Kha'Zix both grabbing those wards. They want that early vision as to avoid that first blood gank. And same with Zed. He's picked up a health bead and a ward, so he's just going to want to farm pretty safely up top.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Basic starts coming out, yeah, as you were talking about from all of them. No, again, no invades. Hey, we haven't seen in many of the games we've casted. We haven't seen any invades so far.
Yeah, we saw the invade from Silex last game, and it worked out for them, but they didn't. They weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah.
On that first blood.
Actually, on that Jax, because exactly. We did see an engage, kind of invade last time. They got the first blood, but what happened is it kind of backfired. Their jungle. They didn't take the blue. What happened is they walked back to their blue, were late to their own blue, and he was like 2 or 3 minutes behind in his own jungle. So it kind of backfired, and he ended up not doing as well as you would have thought with the first blood kill.
And we see some pretty safe positioning from both the 2G Army and negative space.
2 flashes coming out from Kha'Zix and TF. TF locking in the red card.
I think it was they were about ready to back off and do what they needed to do, and TF saw it, wanted to go for it, wasn't able to lock in that gold card.
Yeah, but they're actually going for an invade right now.
Yeah, and they're standing on a ward, so negative space is well aware of where they're at. They're not collapsing. I believe they're just going to try to take their red buff and ignore the blue.
Lucky them.
We see Pantheon going to steal the enemy blue.
Yeah, and it's a good play. They had no protection on that blue. They saw that Caitlyn went top. So we're actually going to see a swap lanes.
Yeah.
We're going to see Renekton on the bottom versus that Varus and Thresh, and the Caitlyn Nami top versus the Zed. So
and again, Renekton not a strong 2v1. We saw this earlier today with a Thresh Ezreal, I believe. And Renekton was just zoned completely out. We'll see how Zed does against his Caitlyn Nami poke.
You would assume it would do a little bit better.
Yeah. We see Elise coming in to steal Pantheon's blue. It is warded, so they know what's happening, but they're not able to collapse on it and prevent it from happening.
Great play by that the Elise, though, to notice that he's not there and to go pick up the blue, so he and Elise does end up with a blue.
Yeah. And we see Nami missing her Q. I'm fairly certain they would have tried to tower dive that if they had the opportunity.
Yeah.
And Zed just knowing that they're up there.
But as you see here, that Renekton is just getting completely zoned out. What they're doing is they're trying to push that wave to the tower, get damage on the tower. And you see here Elise going in on middle, but doesn't manage to get a nice, clean gank.
We see this Varus Thresh just taking down this tower. It's really just a race to see who can get that tower down first.
And honestly,
usually with the switches, that's what they're attempting to do.
And honestly, the Zed's a little bit easier to kind of push those lanes. You have the Living Shadow, you have the his blades, and you have his spin, so he can clear waves really fast. His Shadow Slash and his Razor Shuriken, so he's very easily clearing waves from the tower and not letting damage get on the tower. Whereas a Renekton, he does clear waves fast, but from close range. So they're getting a little bit of damage on that Renekton when they should be going on that tower.
We see Pantheon up top, standing on a ward. So Caitlyn and Nami know he's there, but he's just backing off. He realizes the gank's not there. We do see Elise coming down for the gank in bot. Thresh, great Lantern, managing to save his AD carry there.
And that's where you see good Thresh players coming in. Yeah. Not only does he get it down, Kha might get that
Kha'Zix put up the Ignite. His cooldown just wasn't enough to get another hit on. Might have been enough.
Yeah, I think he was waiting maybe for one more W, one more spikes. That would have probably got him, but it didn't manage to get the cooldown. Was too long at this level. But
you see a lot of damage coming down on the top tower from Caitlyn and Nami.
Yeah.
Managed to stay healthy, poking a lot.
Yeah, the towers are actually, Caitlyn and Nami are actually doing a great job. Their tower is their top tower actually has less health than the Thresh and Varus. So they're doing quite good actually. And this Pantheon, the Zed goes on the Caitlyn. Nami manages to block out and exhaust his Pantheon.
She might be in a bit of trouble here.
She got caught a little bit, and there she's down.
And Zed could pick up the first blood. That was a great gank. They did manage to save Caitlyn, but Nami, in doing so, had to put herself out of position.
Yeah.
And just got cleaned up there. So it was a great gank by Pantheon. Successful gank by Pantheon. And we see down here Elise is camping bot lane pretty hard, trying to get Renekton not to be so far behind.
Yeah, and trying to get that tower, because as long as they have that bottom tower up, that's an advantage over the other team. You see their top tower is almost, Blue's tower is almost gone, while this the tower on bottom is still standing strong. So the team to get those towers, it's kind of, as you said, a rush to get those top towers or bottom towers.
And you see Elise spending a lot of time in bot lane. Wasn't able to get a kill, and kind of just backed off now, knowing that Varus and Thresh have both backed off. Looking at CS, Caitlyn managing to do pretty well. Pantheon almost getting that gank off.
That was an unbelievable disengage from Caitlyn, though. Walked into a Zed and Pantheon and just completely disengaged with a little bit more than half health. Popped the barrier to keep that damage low, but just manages to get out of there cleanly, which is quite an unbelievable disengage.
Right.
I like this Nami. Hey, she's locking out that Pantheon from coming in. She's blocking out those ganks. She's using that Q very nicely.
Yeah, she is. She's landed a lot of her skill shots really well. Just going back to talking about the CS, Caitlyn seems to be taking advantage of the 2v1 more so than the Varus, but Zed has managed to CS really well with Caitlyn poking him.
Yeah, almost doubling that of Renekton's.
Yeah, and like we saw earlier today, Renekton as a 2v1 isn't a strong choice, but it hasn't seemed to have that negative an effect so far in this game.
No, not too bad. And Young Game does manage to come back up and save that top tower before going down. And bot here might be able to get this tower. It's at half health and it's going down quite fast, so they might manage to get this tower before the top one goes down.
And you see the Thresh grab just taking some damage.
A lot of damage coming out from the Varus passive and whatnot. TF's coming in top. Manages to get the stun on Caitlyn. Caitlyn goes down to TF.
Nami able to Q.
But a Renekton teleport coming in. pops his ulti. Youngin steps on a trap. They have vision of him right now. Elise comes in. They might be able to pick up a double kill here. They get that kill on Base Sanul, on TF. Nami might go down to Pantheon. Nami goes down to Pantheon, but
Pantheon puts himself in a bit of danger there.
But Kha'Zix might come up, see if he can pick up a Zed, but Zed sees him. So great turnaround.
Yeah,
unbelievable turnaround.
We'll see down here. They had to leave this bot lane open to teleport up there.
Yeah.
So Thresh and Varus just going to put down as much damage as they can on this top tower. Caitlyn coming down just now. But that was a great counter gank. They managed to get a kill.
You see where these teams shine. You see how the higher skill teams, where they shine. You see that they were going a gank. Pantheon and Zed were top. You see that happening. Then teams backed them up. Elise came up. Then Renekton came up. Then Nami went back in to try and get a kill. But as that was happening, Thresh and Varus saw an open lane. They saw 4 people top, or 5 people top, and they knew that they had that open bottom lane. They pushed, they took the first tower down, and they got 50% of that second tier tower for free.
Yeah.
So it might have looked very uneven up at the top lane, but they did manage to get a great bottom lane push going.
And there's a ward in that bush, so Zed trying to escape. Might be able to shadow away. Cooldown still not up.
No.
And not able to do it.
That Elise jungle that's why that's so strong.
Yeah.
You have, as I said, the same reason Jace is so strong. You have 8 skills. Each one of them serving their own purpose, and each one of them allowing you to jungle so much more effectively than some of the other champions.
So we see the gold lead here for Latuji Army, about 1.5k. And I believe that's just in CS, or maybe, that's the tower, and a bit of CS. That top tower really just one hit away for negative space to take down, but they have to get to there first. We see Elise just passing off that blue buff to Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix jumping on TF. The Ignite's up. Pantheon cancels his ult. I think he saw that Elise was going to be there as well. Didn't want to jump into that fight. But Twisted Fate going down to Kha'Zix, who was able to just jump on, lay down some damage, throw down that Ignite, and wait for that one cooldown.
Yeah, that Kha'Zix was doing quite a good job against TF. You usually see a TF lane at this high of a level kind of destroy. They clear those waves, they push the waves, which is really nice. But against a Kha'Zix with his Q, or with his W for that matter, he has so much wave clear, and he's able to jump, and especially if he evolves to jump first, is able to gap close very nicely with TF, and he's able to show a lot more map presence than you would expect a regular mid to have.
Yeah. So we see the ult coming down.
You see Pantheon and TF ulting down onto this Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix is just going to simply... he might... Yeah, he dies.
Pantheon managed to get the kill there.
Great. That was honestly a great... They used 2 ultimates, the Pantheon and TF ultimate, to ult back into lane. They had an Ignite, and they managed to pick up that kill and kind of set Kha'Zix back so he loses a little bit of farm here.
Yeah, and that's a great heads-up play, knowing that Kha'Zix is taking a bit of a lead, getting a little bit out of control. They just wanted to shut him down early. Young Jim, most likely going to pick up this kill.
Yeah.
Just knows he's a little bit ahead, and knows his kit fairly well.
And knows that Renekton was about 75 HP. Yeah. Young Gim was hovering around 90% HP. So he knew that he could take him down with that Ignite, and he popped the Ignite before Renekton popped his ulti. So the health that Renekton gained wasn't as much as it would have the other way around. So a great play by Yongim.
Yep, very, very good Zed play there. We see Samuel and Dr. Fallenblade just pressuring this mid tower. They're pinging down Dragon right now. It is warded. Purple side does see it. But if they're able to react fast enough, it will be the case. It doesn't look like negative space is going to contest this Dragon. The 2J army gets to take it for free. They do manage to take top tower in retaliation for it. I'm not sure if that was a worthwhile trade. That top tower was always going to go down fairly quickly.
sure. Like the gold works out either way, I believe. The 150 regardless for each members on the team or something
And
like
190 for Dragon.
that. Is it
So
150 for tower?
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's a bit more. It's both experience and gold
Yeah.
advantage for Dragon.
Yeah, about 200 gold advantage and a little bit more experience. But
So we see this Kha'Zix just. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. That
the,
was
the Kha'Zix kind of showing his strength, where he is just going to jump on TF.
Pantheon ulted, but kind of canceled it. So
Yeah. There was a bit of a miscommunication. Pantheon wanted to go in. TF most likely said not to, and they just had to back away from it. So Pantheon ult is down, or not. I
Pantheon,
think
no, it is.
if
Yeah, it is down. Is it not?
No, it's not down right now. They do catch Elise in the jungle. She tries to hop away. They were going toward Dread, thinking that she was going to jump toward Dread.
Yeah. But that Pantheon spear, that's why a lot of junglers, like, you never really see Pantheon jungle, but that long range spear kind of finishes people off. And kind of closes the deal when their mid or ADC is unable to.
So they're just going to take down this mid tower. Getting poked down quite a bit, but they know they can take it and disengage fairly quickly. We see a lot of ward coverage for both teams, primarily defensively for negative space on the purple side, and Letuji Army really offensive in their wards. They want to see who's coming so they can get into that jungle and get that kill like they got on Elise there.
Yeah, and you see the ward coverage from the blue side. There's one purple ward or two purple wards on the map right now, and 5 for the blue team. So you see that ward coverage. It's coming in very handy because they just have so much more vision. That's where they're dominating. Is they have vision. They know where to go. Pantheon's going to ult up top, catch up this Kha'Zix. You have TF Pantheon undead. There's no way this Kha'Zix is getting out.
Yeah, we saw TF ult up there, flash and stuns. Just wanted to secure that kill. Realizes that Kha'Zix can jump away if he gets too far out of range. So he just flashed, gold carded, and just picked up that kill. They're probably going to push down this tower now while Samuel and Fupus pressure this bot lane. We see Elise Nami pushing mid lane, which I'm not sure is the best choice right now. I guess it's the only choice that they have. They have.
They can't go bottom. It's too late. So blue team manages to pick up the top tower. They're actually going to try and push the second tower. They see that no one's there.
Yeah, they see that Nami and Elise are trying to push down this mid tower. They see that there's 3 of them.
They know
TF
that Kha'Zix
blue card.
Yeah, they know.
Really just strong taking down towers. And that's what I was saying about taking down that mid tower with Elise Nami.
Red team's turret has been
They gave up an inner turret for that.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure they had to. Here comes the Nami ult. Fupus throws down that ult just to play defensively. Make sure they can't jump on top of him as soon as that Nami ult hits him. He saw that it was coming. He saw that he wasn't going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
But plays extremely intelligently by placing down that Fox to defend himself.
Yeah, and knowing Zed, he'll hopefully get away here.
Yeah, manages
to squeak away with that Living Shadow. So right now we're looking at about a 6k gold lead on blue side, 3 kills at about 17 minutes. Farm right now is a little bit of an advantage for blue team. ADC is up about 20 farm. Top lane is destroying. Top lane's almost doubling the farm. But Kha'Zix has a little bit more farm on TF.
Yeah.
So you see that they're both pretty balanced in farm. Honestly, they counteract each other. That gold's coming from those 2 towers and that dragon.
Yeah, and again we see how a Renekton 2v1 lane doesn't really pay off.
No.
You have to really understand the mechanics of the other top lane champion. We see Varus ulting, Nami securing that kill, Pantheon seeing where everyone is with that TF ult. Not going to go for that kill.
No, but
not
going to
chase
get this
down.
tower probably.
Yeah. They all collapse down in mid, pushing this mid tower down. That was a great catch out by Varus. Saw Nami, just ulted her, knew he could blow her up.
Yeah, and this is going to be another I wouldn't necessarily say free tower, but oh, they catch that Elise. They're going to do a little bit of damage there, but then end up backing off.
So
yeah, so they have quite an advantage. They're at the second tier for every tower. That bottom tower is going to go down in probably 2 or 3 Varus hits. This mid tower is going to go down in probably 4 or 5 Varus hits. So they have complete pressure on every lane of this map. The top lane is pushing. Bottom lane's kind of stacked up evenly, and this mid tower is going to go down right now.
So look at the tower. They're probably going to disengage. They don't really want to push their luck too much.
Nope.
Kaylin was back, but is coming back into lane now. Nami is back up. So they're just like, okay, get the tower, get back. Bye. And I believe the dragon timer is up.
Yeah, dragon
shortly.
will be up in 1 second. It should be up right now. And they're going to just take this dragon with not much competition. It's not warded.
Purple side just realizing that the 2G army had to back, had been put pretty low. So they decided to take that dragon. They're going to take this bot tower. They just want to try to catch up any ways they can.
Yeah.
They realize they're a little bit behind.
But they're doing good. They just took a free tower and a dragon.
Yep.
So they are coming back. They pushed their gold lead to only about 6K, so they were ahead by 9K, and they pushed it back another 3K. So they're doing pretty good at coming back, but still that huge advantage that happened from early on in the game is kind of still weighing over their heads.
So we see Young Jim just stealing the jungle some more. I believe that's the second red buff that he's managed to take away from Elise.
And they're kind of just going to sit in here and wait for someone to come here.
So they just want to catch someone out.
Yeah.
I don't think they realize it's going to be...
And the Varus... What a Varus ulti. Oh my goodness, that was a Varus ulti.
Pantheon's coming in.
TF takes out Kha'Zix. Pantheon takes out Nami. They're going to lock this Elise down. Wow.
So that was a 3 for none. That Varus ulti locking them down. Pantheon coming in quickly after. Just great awareness of where everyone was at. Those wards and that vision. Fupus, I believe, just throwing down that... Or Pantheon, I'm sorry. Throwing down that locket to tank some of that tower hit.
Red team's turret
and they're just going to take this inhib.
They're going to take this inhib, and 2 of them are probably going to swing bot and grab this last tower.
Red team's inhibitor.
And then every lane will be pushed into the base. That was unbelievable. That was probably one of the coolest plays I've seen today. 3 people just camping in the bush. Varus hits an unbelievable ulti, locking 4 of them down for 2 seconds, and winning that team fight and perhaps the game based off that play alone.
Yeah, it was an extremely intelligent play. They were waiting to catch someone out. They saw that it was going to be all 5 traveling together, and Varus just locking them down so that Pantheon ult and that Threshold can do as much damage as possible. And then we didn't get to see it. The camera's a bit low, but Zed and TF really just holding their own up top, or up in that top part of the jungle, taking out, I believe it was Elise that they had killed.
Yeah. This Pantheon jungle is actually playing out good. I was talking to him before the game, and I was kind of joking with him that he'd take a Pantheon jungle, and then managed to take a Pantheon jungle, and is now 5-1-1.
Yeah, he's showing a lot of presence with his ulti, and that's one of the things with a global ult. You want to use that to your advantage as much as possible. You want to ult when that ult is up. You want to go in on something. We've seen him cancel a couple of ults. We've seen him go in. And then take it back, being like, no, I really don't think this is the good time, or having someone call it out for him that
it's
maybe not do it.
Yeah.
But overall, the use of the global ult on the 2G army has been fantastic. And we see Thresh here with the Oracle.
Yeah, and they're clearing out wards. They're getting that vision. They're locking down their vision. They're just playing unreal at this point. They're such a good team, such a strong team.
Yeah, so we
TF manages to get that bottom tower.
And TF's ult is up, so if there is a team fight, he's going to be able to get there pretty quickly. Teleport is up for Renekton as well, so they're just going to siege this top tower while TF split pushes. But both Renekton and TF are going to be able to get to that team fight if it happens. You see the Nami Q on Pantheon taking a bit of damage. The Nami ult coming out. Thresh ult by himself. And they just throw down the damage. Yeah, that was...
Both teams kind of wanted to disengage.
Yeah.
TF and Renekton are kind of poking each other.
Yeah, they got Samuel or Varus with the cocoon, and then Nami threw her all down. They thought they had that locked down, so they tried to engage, but the disengage was well thought out by the 2G army.
Yeah, it was really nice. And also that Pantheon, he has that locket, so that kind of absorbed 150 damage on each player, giving them a little bit more beef in that fight.
So with you, they're just pressuring these lanes. They want this to stay pushed as quickly as possible, and I believe they're going to try to back in Baron shortly. I think that's their next play. TF just stealing blue buff away from Kha'Zix, and they're just backing now. It looks like they are going to just head towards this Baron while all those lanes are pushed. We'll see what they do next, though.
Yeah, they're going to go Varus and Zed are going to start this Baron. They're easily going to be able to get it down while Pantheon makes his way up.
Yeah, Youngjin just trying to tank it. Realizes that he's going to be a little low.
There comes Pantheon to save the day.
It was going down slowly. It didn't look like they could take it with the two of them. But Pantheon realizing that ults in to get there quicker.
Yeah,
Smite's a little early, but it was uncontested and pretty safe.
Pantheon also managed to pop but he did pop that locket, absorbing a little bit more damage. It has such a low cooldown that you can use it for things like that. Really helpful just to kind of stay in, not have to be after you do the Baron. You can kind of just stay there.
Yeah. And we see TF just warding the enemy jungle on the side there. He wants to stay safe, but he wants to keep this pressure on this tower. Varus is going to go pick up his red buff. He might also swing by a dragon just to pick that up quickly. But you can see the name of the game is just pressure for the 2G army. They want these lanes pushed. They want to be able to siege. And it looks like Negative Space is just trying to farm under their towers right now. They know they're at a bit of a disadvantage, so they don't want to go too far. They don't want to engage unless they can really take down. So a fight under the tower for them would be fantastic.
Respawning soon.
Yeah, we got about 15 seconds until the inhibitor comes up. They did take the dragon. They're going to make a push here, a big push, a good fight that's probably going to come up right away here.
Yep, they see that this bottom tower is really low, so they're going to siege this one first.
Yeah.
They see that I see a ping coming down to mid on the blue side. They know that the inhib's coming up again. So I think it's going to be TF pushing down this bot tower while they just retake the middle inhibitor.
Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
So we see TF just poking down that tower. One more card should
Red
do
team's
it.
turret has been destroyed.
Pantheon just putting the stun down. The Varus ult comes in.
Pantheon ulting down right on the top of everybody. Managed to lock down that Kha'Zix.
Yeah, we see that Thresh flash in ult, so he picks up, I believe it was 3 or 4 of the enemy champions in that Thresh ult.
Yeah,
that's going to be game.
Red team's turret
Unbelievable.
has been destroyed.
Great engage. The GG's coming out.
That was a fantastic play by Varus to get that ult down.
Yeah. Then the Thresh flash and ulti.
Yeah.
Pantheon on top, ulted on top of everybody. Lock down that Kha'Zix. Zed finish up, kind of cleaning up everybody. Everybody who had low health. So just a great team fighting. Great effort by both teams, though.
Yeah, it was a great match. We saw a lot of skill in that match. It was really fun to watch. Really fun to cast. The 2G army managed to take the game over Negative Space, so that knocks Negative Space down to the losers bracket, and I believe we'll have one more game to cast coming up right away, but we'll talk to you guys soon. Kajikal?
I am Kezek. I'm actually heading out right now, so thank you guys so much for listening and letting us cast here. I will be back tomorrow, and same with Kajikal, to give you the best of threes and announce a winner of the Edmonton League tournament. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon.
so far. My heart intertwined with yours. What remains is our joy. She loves me now. Take a chance, give it what I got. Who knows, we could grow together. Late walks in the park, romance after dark. I'll never give up on you. 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 Over the rainbow, that's where I'll go to find you. 'Cause you are my golden. One thing I know is that I need you, yeah. Over the rainbow, that's where I'll go to find you. 'Cause you are my golden. One thing I know is that I need you,
You will never again wake up with silence in your heart. You will never again wake up with your whole world torn apart. And I will be your shelter and these tears will be your last. You will never again wake up with silence.